Ever since Ivan's
Fine
algebra video
X.
went viral, we've had hundreds of parents reach out to us how we got our children to read before age
Little
2 and to
turtle,
solve math
it's time
problems at
to
such
get
a young age. So today
icy.
I'll be sharing everything we did from birth till now, the resources we use, the routines, and everything that has worked for our family. Before getting into the video, I'd like to issue a few disclaimers that every child is different, so try not to compare your child to other children. And also, consistency matters more than perfection. So, if you want to see the results, you need to stay consistent. Even though from the very beginning you might not see the results that you expect, but as you stay consistent with time, you would see it. Also, follow your child's cue and try to make learning fun because children learn through play. So, now let's get into the video. My husband and I did some research before having kids, and we found out that the most critical part of human development is the first 5 years from birth, and 90% of our brain development happens during that time. So we decided that we wanted to take advantage of that and expose our children to as many things, positive things as possible, so that it will be beneficial to them in future. And that's why we decided to take this approach. So I'm going to break it down from birth to 6 months, 6 months to 12, and we go from there till now. From birth to 6 months, we didn't have any screen time for them. We were mostly focused on like narrating things that we were doing to them, talking to them, even though they didn't really understand what we were saying at the time, but we just decided to do that. And then also a lot of sensory play and tummy time and exploring places with them because we really like to travel. Like before having kids, we traveled a lot. So we decided to keep traveling and then we go with the kids, tell them everything that they're seeing. And we notice that when we come back home, they sleep a lot because they basically processing everything that they saw outside. So we read to them, and for a book like this, which is your first 100 words, we would take the book and then we would point what we are reading and explain like what you're seeing. So for something like this, we would say, this is a pair, colors, darkling, ball, truck, tractor, motorcycle, airplane. And then also we have this book. This is A, B, C, A for apple, B for butterfly. Yeah, in that manner. So that's what we did within the first 6 months. From 6 to 12 months is when we decided to teach them the number and letter recognition. And Ivan is our 3-year-old. So when he was 10 to 11 months, around 10 to 11 months old, it's when we introduced him to the letters. And we started with the phonics. The phonics is the sounds that the alphabets make, the letters of the alphabet make. Yeah, so instead of teaching him like A, B, C, we decided to do the sounds that it make because if you want to learn how to read, you start by blending sounds, but you have to know the sounds that the alphabets make to be able to blend them to form the words. So we started with that first. So instead of saying maybe A, we would rather say A says ah ah ah, B says b b b, C says k k k, and then for like the different letters, like A makes different sounds. So there's there's a. So we basically made it an effort to like teach all of that, and we found some resources that were pretty helpful to be able to teach them these things. So one resource that we use as for teaching them the phonics was Super Simple Songs. It's a channel on YouTube. They have a lot of educational stuff on there. So we use their phonics video to teach Ivan and Zane, both Ivan and Zane, the phonics. For Zane, we started a little earlier because we noticed that okay, it worked for Ivan. How about we try it with Zane and see how that goes? Because like people were talking about everything Ivan is doing, and we are like, is it that he's gifted naturally, or is it some of the things that we did that actually made him this way? So we decided to replicate it with Zane and see if it works. If it works, then I guess we have a working formula. So we decided to try it out with Zane. So Zane, we decided to try it a little earlier than we did with Ivan. So I mentioned that for Ivan, we started around 10 to 11 months. For Zane, we started him when he was around 8 to 9 months. It's when we introduced him to the phonics. So we basically did the same thing. We even got this book later on, apart from the YouTube we were using. I think it's off. Okay.
The letter A says The letter A says That's how you say it.
Yeah, so basically says it for all the alphabets, like there's B all the way to Z. So that's what we did.
Letter B. What do you say? What do you say? I say
But.
I say but. That's what I say. That's what I say.
Yeah, so we did that for all the letters of the alphabet from A to Z to teach them the phonics. And I'm going to share a link to this book on the video, and then also the link to the YouTube channel we use, the super simple, for folks who might want to use that too. Yeah. So after the letters, at the same time, we also introduced them to the numbers. So for the numbers, we initially started with 1 to 20, making them watch it each day and like even writing it. We had like a mini board. We were writing the 1, 2, 3, going over it. So mostly on the TV, like the phonics and the numbers, we were not letting them watch it alone. We were mostly always watching it with them and like repeating after them. So as they're watching, but as the TV is saying it, we are also saying it. And we noticed that sometimes they would be like the first time we actually sat to watch with them and like also repeat, they were very, very amazed. Like they were looking at it, oh wow, you also know it. So it kind of like, I guess they were happy that we knew it, and they were, maybe it probably motivated them to also learn. I don't know, but they were just happy and it was nice to see. So we always try to watch these things with them like every time. We don't just leave them to sit by the screen by themselves to watch. No, we don't do that. Yeah. So we introduced them to the numbers also around that time. And we started with 1 to 20. From 1 to 20, we moved from 20 to 21 to 50. And then we went on to 100. So by the time they were, I would say for Ivan, by the time he was like between 12 to 18 months, it's when he started to say stuff. And then we noticed that he was repeating some of the things that he was watching. We were making him watch on screen, like the alphabets and then the numbers. Because one time we were giving him a shower and then he started counting the numbers backwards from 20. And we were shocked. We were like, oh, wait, he's actually counting. And he's even counting backwards. Yeah, and then you would actually give him like food to eat, maybe like his grapes in the morning. And instead of eating, he would spend his time trying to like count the grapes on his high chair.
1,
Mm-hmm.
2,
Mm-hmm.
3,
Mm-hmm.
4,
Mm-hmm.
5,
Mm-hmm.
6,
Mm-hmm.
7,
Mm-hmm.
8,
7. 20.
19,
18.
17,
16.
15,
14.
16,
12. 12.
11,
10.
9,
8.
7,
6.
5,
4.
3,
2. Good job.
2,
0.
1,
1.
2, 3,
3. Nice job.
4, 4 4 4
5. Nice job.
6
Yes, 6.
7
7.
8 9
So that was nice to see. We're like, okay, so he was just absorbing everything we were letting him watch, and now he's actually saying them, which was great to see. So once we knew that, um, like even for the phonics, because for the first 12 months he was just listening. Between the 8 to 12 months he was just listening to it, but then after 12 months, 12 to 18 months, when he started speaking, when he's watching the TV now and they're saying the phonics, then he's also saying it. He's actually repeating after them. So that was nice. So by the time, I think a little over 18 months, when his speech was clearer and we knew that, okay, he's actually saying stuff and he can recognize all the alphabets, all this, he knows all the sounds that the letters make, and he also knows the numbers 1 to 100. We said, okay, maybe it's time to blend the sounds to be able to form words. Yeah, so that's when we decided to do the blending. Yeah, and the video that we also used to introduce them to the numbers, I'm gonna share that. We used 2 videos, Smile and Learn, and then there was one from, I think, Edubas Kids. But I'm gonna share all the videos in the description so you see all that, so that you can actually get those videos and use too. So when they both knew the numbers and then the letters and the phonics, that's when we decided to do the blending.
E-O.
2
S-O.
So IT 8 UP Up GO Go 8E He WE We NO No GO to IF if louder DO to IS is ON OF of BY by BE B AS as AM AN SO so and the last word MY my
Nice job, Zane!
Ba 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 ba.
For the reading formula, the first thing they need to know is the phonics. So you need to teach them the phonics, and then once they master the phonics, you can do the blending. Then from the blending, you can move. Whilst you blend with a blending, you can start from 2-letter words, the side words, 2-letter words, 3-letter words, 4, and then build up from there. So when I say blending, I mean for a word like cat, instead of just repeating cat to them, this is cat, this is cat. If you want them to be able to read, you are better off, since they know the phonics, you want to break it down by sound. So for cat, you say it's 3-letter words, right? So the first letter is C. So C makes the sound ka ka ka. A makes the sound ah ah ah. T makes the sound t t t. So then you bring it together, you blend it together. So ka 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 ah 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 t t t makes cats. K k k ah 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 t t t cats. So basically in that form, right? You do it for every word, break it down. And with that approach, even when they meet words which are bigger than them, like for now, Ivan will meet words that are big, maybe like 10 letter words, he basically break them down by himself, and he's able to pronounce them when he takes his time to break it down. So that's definitely the approach you want to take in terms of blending the sounds to get them to be able to read. Because once they know the phonics, they know how to blend, they would be able to read anywhere they come across. Junior, you want to come and do the blending? So Ivan just joined me, and he's going to walk us through how to go about the phonics. Ivan, you ready? Okay, let's go.
B, b, b. B, b, b.
G, g, g. H, h, h. E, e, e. J, j, j. K, k, k. Mm. P, p, p. Qu, qu, qu. R, r, r. T, t, t. W, w. W, w, w. Y, y, y. Z, z, z. If you have a word like cat, how do you break it down with the phonics? Together is cat. Nice job, Ivan. Great job, Ivan. How about the other song? And A says ah 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 ah. And A says and B says
B, 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 b.
and C says and C says stop hitting. And D says and E says and E says E E E E E. And F says and G says and G says and H says and H says
I.
and I says and I says
I.
and J says
G.
and K says and L says and M says and N says and O says and O says and O says ooh, and P says and Q says and R says and S says and T says and U says and U says
You.
and V says and W says and X says
Six.
and Y says
Yeah.
and Z says and Z says nice job, Ivan. Okay, you want to say bye?
Bye.
Okay, bye
Can
bye.
you move your mic?
No, I'm still recording. We spoke about 18 months, 2 years. So around age 2, we were watching TV one time with Ivan, and then there were captions on the screen. And then suddenly Ivan started reading. And we're like, wait, he's reading? So we were surprised, like, oh, wow, he can actually read.
Would you like to go and get them? What? They will use for their fights. Customer. If you get this, I will go and get that other one.
Good job.
I will like to see about how many there are in each one.
And then we were like, oh, then we definitely need to get him more challenged to like get his reading, pick up his reading, get it up to speed, and then do other things. So at the time, we were researching a lot into what other things we can do. And that's when we found out about 1,000 books before kindergarten challenge, which is an early literacy program done by the libraries is across the country. So basically to get the kids to read 1,000 books before they turn age 5 when they start in kindergarten. So it helps them build their vocabulary stuff. So we got Ivan enrolled for that, and he's currently doing the challenge. He's currently at book 328, and we are hoping to get to 600 by the end of this year so that next year he can be able to hit the target before when he turns 4. Yeah. So that's what we're working on. So at the same time, we also went to the library to basically find out about, we told him everything that our child was doing around age 2, which was way advanced for his age. And we were asking, like, okay, our child knows the phonics, he knows the alphabets, he's able to blend and also like form words. But we're looking for channels or like resources that can get him to do more blending, get to learn more words and stuff. And then one guy we met at the library told us about the preschool prep company. It's also a YouTube channel. They have a lot of the sight words on there for blending. And then also they have a lot of maths educational stuff there. So when we came home, we checked it out. We saw that it was definitely going to be very useful to us. So we got Ivan to start watching that. And that's where he learned to blend more words, learn more words. And then also he did a lot of his addition because at the time he knew all his numbers from 1 to 1,000 by age 2. So he was then learning the addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication through that channel. Yeah, and we also did the manual teaching with the board to go over things after he's actually watched them or we watched them with him. Yeah, so that's what we did. So I'm going to share the resources we use, which is the preschool prep company. We use super simple songs for the phonics. We use Smile and Learn for the numbers, preschool prep for blending, and then also for the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and from there you've probably all seen all the other things he's been doing, like the place value, which we taught him ourselves, my husband and I. The place value, the algebra, we taught him the value of pi, and then also he's been doing so many other things. Yeah, and then a lot of the reading and other challenges online. Yeah, and also with time we noticed that it's like he's doing way more than he should for his age, so it's difficult to keep up. So we try to find like what is the next thing that we can do to keep him engaged so that he doesn't get bored. So we did a lot of research into like homeschool curriculum because we currently homeschool them. They don't go to daycare. So through that research, we found a lot of homeschool curriculum online, and comparing the different ones out there, we ended up settling on time for learning. So he currently uses time for learning. So on a daily basis, we would go through some of the chapters in the time for learning for math and English, and then at night we would actually teach him. So our current routine, well, Zane is currently doing blending since he knows his phonics now and he knows the letters of the alphabet and the numbers 1 to 100. He is focused on learning his numbers from 101 to 200, and then also blending the letters or the sounds to be able to form words. So that's what Zane is focused on. He knows his shapes now, he knows the colors, and we have videos on our channel for those things that he knows. Yeah, but he's now focused on blending. So blending to be able to form words. So he has a 2-letter word video that he did with Ivan, and the next thing we are hoping to shoot is a 3-letter word once he masters that too. So for our current routine, I know most of you probably want to know, most of our learning actually happens at night because my husband and I both work full time. So we are not able to do much during the daytime because we have to work. Yeah, but after work, we would all take a nap. Like they would take a nap because I don't take a nap. Yeah. So after work, the kids take a nap, and then around, I would say like in the evening, it's when we would do most of the learning. So probably like 3 to 4 hours of learning with breaks in between is when we do most of our learning. And there's within the day, we let them do a lot of playtime. They just play outdoor fun. When the weather is good, we do that. And then over the weekend, we try to explore, like travel and visit places. So that's what we do. So we do a lot of traveling, road trips is our go-to. So we do a lot of road trips. We visit a lot of museums, kid-friendly places, fun places, outdoors places, especially in the fall. So we're really looking forward to this fall. And that's what we do to keep them engaged. Even though the goal is to do 3 to 4 hours, there's certain days where we are tired. So on such days, we just maybe pick a book and read and skip the actual learning. Or even if we were able to learn, but we're just tired, we can do like an hour or two or even 30 minutes. The most important thing is being consistent and not being perfect. Yeah, and you don't need expensive tools to be able to achieve this. Like everyday stuff, things in your home, like regular books. If you don't have, you don't also have to spend money buying books. If you want to participate in these reading challenges, you don't have to like spend money to be buying the books. You can just go to your local library and pick up a lot of these books at no fee, and you'd read, and then you can return them when you're done. Yeah. And if there are any, so I tried as much as possible to touch on everything, but if there are specific things you would like me to delve deeper into, leave them in the comment section and I'll definitely do a video to go over them. And for any questions you also have, just put them in the comment section. I will do a follow-up video to answer all the questions. I hope this is useful to you and your family. Thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.